drag home now.
Yeah.
They have that.
Might help me get one of mine done.
Yeah, we.
Do what?
It might help me get one of my projects done.
Yeah,
And there's times, you know, you don't know you need something till you see it.
I know. That's why I tried to tell my wife.
Right?
Why did you bring that home? Well, I didn't know I needed it, and I looked at it. And
Who's all he wanted for? Are we good to go or? Well, when I was there, there was 4 other guys standing around and I thought, that was the only thing I was gonna look at. In the office, in the regular cardboard.
After 9, right?
That's right. There's a truck rehab over in Jamestown, Wilbur. They were-
I got beer and drink. Animals that you know.
Is it after 9? Yeah.
oh, who's got one to stand?
I will.
Who's doing all this?
April's busy right now.
Well, let's get started. I'm ready. If you want.
Call this meeting to order. Please stand for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Oh, okay. First order of business, pledge, the approval minutes of the last meeting.
I'll make a motion. We approve the minutes of the stand for the last meeting.
Motion been made, I will second it. Motion been made and second to approve the minutes of the last meeting. Those in favor?
Aye.
None opposed? Publication of claims. I'll make a motion to pay the claims as presented.
Second?
Motion been made second to pay the claims. Those in favor?
Aye.
Payroll docket, we didn't go over that yet. Department reports, anything not already on the agenda?
I got something. We got the dump truck fixed yesterday. The tailgate broke on it while we were hauling the pea gravel from the park. Since we got that fixed, I think within the next week or 2, we're probably gonna start going to Lafayette and getting, cold patch and start patching some of the road.
Good, yeah.
So
A lot of holes out there.
it was cheaper buying it bulk than it is buying it in the bags from Home Depot, so we'll go that route.
Good.
Remind me where that pea gravel's going, Bubba.
It's all mixed with dirt and everything, so we're just gonna use it around.
Gotcha. Wherever you can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got anything on it?
No, it's on the list.
Oh, okay.
It's on the list.
Okay.
Okay.
Legal, not president? Law enforcement?
Nothing.
Quiet week.
Yeah.
Ken?
Yes, sir. When we submitted the update to the agreed order this last time, normally they just said, okay, thank you, but this time they came back. And they said, hey, you gotta do something over there or what? So, we really need to get some video and or some metering in the manholes and find out where the sources of I&I are coming from. So I didn't know, maybe I'll probably put together a budget for some metering in the next 6 months and then present it to the council. But you got, unless you do what I suggest you do, send Dwayne down there and do it. But I might want to spend some money and have someone, meter those manholes for you so we can make IDEM happy, because I don't want them to.
Is that something that, I mean, even if we did get the metering?
You don't want to go down there and do that. I mean, do that because you get it sideways or something.
Yeah.
It's not accurate. So,
Okay, all right.
so I just want to let you know that it'd probably be an expense. I don't know how much it would be, but it's not going to be out of water expenses. But they're getting a little serious now, and I think maybe the guys who inspect the plant talk to the guys who do the paperwork, and somehow they had a meeting or something. They have to.
When we got that, we got that like 4 inches or whatever, 4.5 inches of rain. You know, it does flood the channel, and it did come out at the manholes and stuff. And that's something they're just wanting to eliminate. They want it to be eliminated. It's gonna take something. It's gonna take some doing. But, you know, and now they're getting pickier about it. So
That's all I got.
Gotta keep IDEM.
Like they didn't know. it was
We've been,
going
we've
in White
been
River.
snowballing them over there.
The
Yeah, we don't have a choice.
Streets,
They go forward to the city.
grant and everything,
They push back the date of the grant, do the grant submission date, but they changed the match, so instead of paying 25%, you now only have to pay 20%. So you have to pay 5% less, so it'll save you some money. But, it's still on, they just have to figure out what to go to brown bid to it. So, well, as soon as they open up, we'll submit it.
all right, go, sounds good. Concerns from the public?
Fine.
And
So
what,
I'm
can you
Alan.
introduce yourself for us?
I'm Alan. I live on North Street. We have the horses and the sheep and the goats. I know there's been some concerns about the welfare of the animals. So most of those animals last year were all 4-H animals, and they were auctioned at 4-H. There's a few horses there now. I have a pony and a horse. The kids do some rescues. They go either to the sale barn and buy the animals that look the worst and rehabilitate them and send them on to better homes. Or someone will call and say, hey, we have an animal, do you want it? So some of the animals look bad. We have 3 veterinarians that come out, 2 from West Central and 1 from Thorntown. So our animals are well maintained and looked after. We have people we buy hay from Bainbridge and Roachdale. I know being so close to the road, there's definitely some concerns how the animals look. The Board of Health was at the house last month, and I gave Mr. Brown the report of that. And every animal there passed with no evidence of risk at all. So any risk from the public, Mr. Brown has a report that says the Board of Health and the AWL has been out 4 or 5 times the past year, and the Sheriff's Department all say there's nothing wrong with any of the animals and the property is fine. So,
Well, we appreciate you telling us what you're all about.
Yeah.
And his son runs a farrier business
he's
as
a
well?
farrier. He's a 4th generation farrier, so he trims all the hooves. He's not a blacksmith, he's just a farrier. So he trims the hooves. He has a little business that he does around the state also. So
Okay, well, thank you for coming in
Yeah,
and
welcome.
just introducing
Appreciate
yourself so we have a broader understanding.
Sure. Sally?
Okay. It's not about the animals. Can we trim the maple tree?
I need to cut that down. I cut that down and I killed that thing 14 times and it keeps coming back.
It's in that damn fence, so
I
you
know.
can't get in there and just cut the dang thing.
I use a chainsaw and I put
Hold on.
I've put cordon on it.
Yeah.
I have poured
And it
other
just
things
keeps
on
growing
there and
back.
it keeps coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I will
That's
definitely
the one
cut
thing
that
I
down.
have. If we could knock that thing out,
Absolutely.
that corner would be great to drive around.
Yeah.
So to clarify, you're asking him to do it or you're saying can the city do it?
I can
Well, we can do our side. I mean, on this side
On
of the
your
fence,
side?
that's, I say our side, it's his side.
Yeah.
We could, but if there's some way we could, I'll help you. Get in there and try to get that fence out and cut that thing off
Mhm.
at the,
I have
right at the
cut
stump.
that thing and
I
I
know.
have poured stuff on that thing.
Huh?
Get
Yeah, you
the
got,
stump out.
yeah, so you gotta get all the way to the ground and then put that stuff on it, so. That's the one thing I have. Sure. For there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, great.
Jay, did you have anything?
I thought the guys did a nice job of cleaning up in town. So,
Sounds like we've got some thinking to do on the other
Exactly.
end, yeah.
Before we ever have another one.
They did way better than my expectations.
mine
They did.
as well,
Yeah.
cause
I've
I
heard
had some
nobody
nasty
complain of a torn
pile
up
out there
yard.
and they cleaned it all up.
They, when they were here, you know, the guy running the grapple, guy driving, and 4 guys and her on the
Mhm.
ground.
Yeah. Cause I figured
And
there'd be
They
chunks
broke,
of
they
sod
broke, they
coming
broke
up.
like a couple pieces of glass that they couldn't see inside there.
Right.
The pile. And as soon as it busted, you know, boom, they were there, they were on it.
Yeah,
So, you know, other than private cost,
Exactly, yeah.
it worked out pretty well.
But they did do a good job.
yeah.
Yeah.
Old business, info service contract. I think we just continue that till next month. We have it. Gonna make a decision there.
Doing what, buddy?
Info service contract.
Oh, yeah, table it for,
Yeah.
yeah.
It was. And the DORA designated outdoor refreshment area.
Yeah, I think we set that aside till we get a full staff.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Go on record that, I'll make a note, but Amy's sick and Trish is
Trish is
going.
not here. Sounds good. Put that off till next month also,
Mike,
or at least discuss
Wait a minute.
end of the month. Yes.
on that bit, speaking on that, I forgot to tell you in my part, I'll be gone on vacation for a little bit and into this month in June. I don't know if I'll be here for the next board meeting, but on the law enforcement side, we're very opposed to it, that door. There's no reason for it. You have no businesses downtown other than two alcohol establishments. The only reason, and I'll publicly say it, that I foresee that they want it is so they can walk back and forth between those two establishments and when they have farmers market. And it's not justified, you know, most of these big cities she talks about, it's in the bar district where they have that.
Yeah.
Where there's 10 to 15 bars within a 5 to 10 block area, and that's why they have it. So you can go from place to place and get that one. We don't have that. We don't need that. It's not illegal to walk out of one bar. It's not illegal to have an alcoholic beverage in your hand walking down the street.
Right.
Why do we need anything special to say for it?
Can we relay that at the meeting when we do talk about
Yes,
it from
that's
you?
why I wanted to openly say it now, because I
Yeah.
don't know if I'll be here.
Gotcha.
With work schedules and my vacation, I want to make you aware that as for law enforcement, we're opposed to it.
Appreciate that, Mike. Electric, Ryan sells a lot on
The,
South Washington Street.
Yeah, we talked to Ryan, Ryan talked to Amy, the girls, it's kind of a, yeah, he won't give us any kind of answer on when he's gonna build over there. So basically, we decided we're gonna set the pole, go from the light that used to be the big light that shines over at Vices, we can get 200 amp service across the street right there, run it down, he can hook a temporary meter up and just live with that for a while. I don't know why they don't have their stuff at the park, but that's them. You know, the park's got plenty of power and lights and water, so I don't know why they don't put it up there, but they don't. So, let that farmer's market, if they want it, they'll have temporary power.
200 amp service, I'll take care of them. All right, good, great. New business, dumpster days. I think everyone.
What about,
Yeah, I think everyone was pleased, other than with the price. I think we need to take it under advisement and see if we need to do it again or do something else.
do we think that, excuse me, gentlemen, I'm not gonna answer this, excuse me. Do we think that, from the city's standpoint, that if we could, or April 2, if we narrowed it down to 1 day, now that they got a pattern, we narrowed it down to 1 day, are we still pretty much over cost that we want?
Well, they ran the whole
They
day.
ran the whole day.
So it's not that
ran
they
2
didn't,
days.
yeah,
2 days.
It took a few days to
just
do it.
because the place was
Because,
closed down.
because Walden closes down, so they couldn't just keep running.
Right.
It's gonna be
Right.
it'll probably be that many loads.
Again, yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Same number of houses, probably same number of loads.
And you go to
Okay.
this once a year, it may even be more.
So.
Hmm.
As a resident, it looked great because it got some of the places, you can't tell whether it cleaned anybody's house up, because most of that comes out of a building, out of a barn, your garages, out of your house. So nobody notices it, but on the cost portion, I don't see why we're paying twice as much for the same thing that you can do with half the cost.
I agree.
It override the convenience, doesn't it?
Yeah, convenience is good, but
You know,
You
it
pay
is
for
convenient
convenience.
that some of the people don't have access to a truck or a trailer, but there are enough people in town that will help you if you don't have a truck or a trailer to take your stuff down to the dumpsters
exactly.
on a regular dumpster day.
If your neighbor has a truck or a trailer and they want your stuff to be gone, they'll help.
Ricky Bruce will go around all day long.
Oh, wait, how they'll help.
There are plenty of people that would help.
You know,
So, cost effectiveness,
Exactly.
I don't think it's worthy financially.
I don't wanna see my trash rates go up and double,
Yeah.
just for convenience for somebody to put something on the
Right.
curb.
Exactly.
And I think, yeah, we get the other two back and keep that on a ticket to look at.
Exactly. Definitely. Okay. Flagpole Park. I don't think we need a new flagpole. I think we need a new, flag attachment at the
Yeah.
top that will rotate with the flag.
Yeah.
That's what I mean, I'll make it if somebody tell me what they want.
We need a flagpole where it swivels.
Right, I
Exactly,
know
the
what,
swivel.
I know that part, but I mean,
You have to have the size and all.
I need to know
Yeah.
the size,
Yeah.
Right.
the
Yeah.
diameter
Yeah.
for a ring to put up there to hold it up there. No, I put it up with a bucket.
We could go get him that measurement, no problem.
And, even if we can't find, or if you don't wanna make it,
Yeah, we need
I
a
know
flag.
Amazon and a lot of places sell swivels.
Well,
Uh-huh.
yeah, I
Probably
mean,
not that pole.
Well,
big old piece of Schedule 80 pipe.
Well, that pole, I'll say that pole also goes up and it gets smaller. It gets smaller and it gets smaller at the
Yeah.
top, so it's probably,
But you
where
can,
the flag would be two different
Yeah.
dimensions.
exactly.
but you can hang it with the bucket truck.
Yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Let me ask you two gentlemen this. At York, I was the manager there forever. We had a fixed mast. It, just like this one is. Didn't go up, didn't go down, stayed there. The guy that brought us our flags, he did car lots all over the state and he sold all that stuff. He had a heavy industrial zip tie. He zip tied it to those eyelets that are up, like up there. We had eyelets. He zip tied it to that. And we had to change flags, about every 5 months, but
Yeah.
I know they have the money to do that. Where we're limited on money, we don't want to switch every 5 months. So why isn't that a possibility now?
I mean, it could be, but what eyelets are up there are.
They're fixed and don't.
Yeah, they're fixed,
they don't
exactly.
spin.
These
We
didn't
need-
either.
They didn't?
Mm-mm.
Your flag will last a lot longer if they're not fixed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It allows
Oh,
that
yeah.
flag to move.
Not the
You
flag.
don't have to
And
change
those-
it every 5 months.
And what those are tied onto, Ron, are, basically, they go around the pipe and it's the what is it? Insulator, like basic you'd put on somebody's house, the
Oh,
weather
those-
hand.
Yeah.
And
Clamp on
it's
the
got
back.
bolts and, yeah, it's nothing smooth up there. So when that flag, we have to take the crap out of it just to keep the flag from getting ripped on it. It's,
I think it was old parts, I mean, water line that they put together and electric parts that they built that thing with, honestly.
yeah.
So we just need, if Jay's volunteering,
We'll fix it.
you care to take care of that, Jay?
As long as they'll put it up with a bucket truck. I mean,
Find out.
give me that
I
stuff.
get the
Diameter or
time.
whatever.
Yeah, let's get on it and cost of a new flag shouldn't be much.
No,
$100 at most probably.
I bet a new flagpole, a commercial type would be
Oh,
$4,000.
Oh, let me tell you, we wanted to put one where we took a tree out at York's, about that size, 13 grand. Yeah,
I mean, the pole is solid. That thing is solid.
yeah, it looked like,
Yeah.
It is solid.
All right.
It
Been
just-
there a long time.
It needs
Yeah.
it needs to rotate.
Jay, thank you.
It's not done yet.
True, just be careful on the bucket truck.
Clerk treasurer not here, deputy clerk.
I don't know, I wasn't in here for Kent, so I don't know if he said, that we are approved to apply.
Yeah.
Okay, and then,
I didn't say that.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't say
Yes, you did.
I was talking about Sears. And the lady.
and then I have up there a resolution to allow me to apply. Let me look at that.
Uh-oh.
Wasn't trying to wait to do anything.
This authorizes, application, and then it confirms that we have the local match to be able to apply for it.
So she needs to pass this morning, or
And that's all.
You don't have to pass it this morning, but we'll have to do it before,
Next meeting.
yeah. Or I mean, at next meeting, we can do it.
Yeah,
That's
I'll
fine.
let it know. You guys-
But the fellow was here the other day from the state. He was about the best I've seen going through the grant
Yeah,
application.
Do we have to do it before the next meeting?
not before,
On the
but
next
just,
meeting.
yeah.
On the next meeting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you for it?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
for
we
it.
have to have it, so.
I mean, let's do it now and be done with it.
All right. You wanna make a motion?
I'll make a motion that we pass resolution 2025-4 for the local match commitment for a resolution authorizing application and submission that April's given us.
I'll second that. Motion been made and seconded to pass, resolution 20, what was the name of it, or 2025-4. Those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes.
And then the last thing I have is the public hearing will be this, because we have to have a second public hearing before we submit, or apply rather. And then that will be on the last regular council meeting will be the 28th. And then we're also going to, if you guys can, go to that fire meeting that they're gonna have on the 20th.
20.
Yeah, that's gonna be an open forum, and, let me explain that a little bit. Walnut, I don't know how they got their figures or whatever, but somehow it hit Facebook and the figures were skewed. The person wasn't lying, figures were skewed, there was some misinformation about them, let me make clear, she wasn't lying. She had somebody do a study there, and it just, it caused a lot of havoc. So Amy Kading got with me and said, would you guys be opposed to an open forum, set it for an hour and a half, because one Walnut had one almost 5 hours. So I said, hey, let's start at an hour and a half, we'll invite the city, we'll open it up for questions, and, you know, let's make sure we're doing the right thing. And Mike and I and Tricia agree to that, so, yeah.
Okay.
So the 20th, Jay or Alan, anybody, if you want to come down there, fire station be
So
perfect.
do we know now what the proposed tax increase is?
I don't think we've got, do we know?
I think Amy knows real close what the new tax rate would be.
Indicating would know.
Yeah.
And it steps up for a period of years to like until 2027.
I believe so. Or-
You don't
well,
get, it doesn't happen one big chunk. Sorry, April, go ahead.
No, you're fine.
I won't feel better 3 years from now taking the spoonful at a time.
But farms,
Yeah,
township and towns will pay the same rate,
Right.
which is one good thing, but
So where does this 80,000 that the town gives, where does that money come from?
our,
General fund for
Yeah.
tax base.
yeah,
So will our taxes go down in town because we're not paying that 80,000?
Well,
Or
because
just
that-
gonna
our,
keep that in the general fund to buy a new bucket truck?
our fire protection rate will go away. So basically, the town rate will go down just a little bit, but then the township and the county will go up some.
Yeah.
It'll go up more than it drops.
I'd like to see a differential of those numbers at that time.
come to that meeting, I bet you see
Well,
it, serious.
That's why I'm
Yeah.
giving you a heads up now. I'd like to see a heads up
Yeah.
on what that
And
differential is.
before any of this is approved, it will be put to a public referendum.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the misconception that we've voted it in 100% is not there.
Right. Well, because I was at the meeting, well, you saw it. I think you
Mhm.
commented on it. Somebody asked about it and I said, well, I thought the town approved it. Well, the town did approve to go ahead
Study.
and
Yeah. Exactly.
We're
push
We're in favor
forward
of
to
it,
look
but
into
we're
it.
not,
Yeah.
we don't have the authority to pass it.
Right.
I hopefully we'll have a couple of the chiefs there from Crawfordsville. They had some good input. It wasn't hateful when I talked to them.
Well, no.
So they give their opinion on it. I talked to Mark Castile, he's gonna try to make it there, he give his opinion, so I don't know what Mike's opinion is of it being a lifetime firefighter.
I'm not opposed to part of it, part of it I'm opposed to.
That's pretty much the general
The
consensus.
main thing I'm opposed to is
It's my tax rate, my tax money, but I can't vote on who says what my tax rate is.
Well, that's the thing.
You guys are appointing, the townships are appointing. This is the only tax organization that I don't have a say on who's doing what with taxes. I vote for you guys, you set our town taxes. I vote for the township, they set our township taxes. On the county, the state level, and the federal level. I vote for all of them on who's representing me. I don't have a say on who's representing me on this taxes. That's the big thing I am opposed about.
Because it seems like there's concerns of lack of accountability down there. At the fire station.
Okay,
For stuff coming and going, you know.
The
understood.
good thing with this, there'll have to be more open door policy because it's gonna be the LGF and state level accounts will be on
their
there.
accountability.
There'll be some checks and balances.
They'll have to be more open on that. But the big thing is, for me, like I said, is not being able, taxation without representation. We voted that out over 200 years ago.
Had a big party, guys.
So I'm still, opposed
Had a
to
tea
that.
party.
And I'm opposed to that part.
April, do you have anything else?
No, that was it.
Anyone else have anything else? Have a motion to adjourn?
Quick meeting today.
Okay.
I'll make a motion that we adjourn this meeting.
I'll second.
Great.
Or the meeting adjourned. Oh, we didn't talk about closing the street.
Yeah, we don't need to public for that, do we?
Yeah, you have
I'll
to
make
do
a
that in
motion
open
for
public meeting.
closing of the street.
You have to do that in
Yeah.
a public meeting.
Okay,
You closed it, so you don't have to wait till the 28th.
yeah.
When is it?
June
Reopen.
second.
We can reopen a meeting?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Let's reopen a meeting.
Okay. Meeting is reopened. We need to discuss the closing of Franklin Street between Main and Elm on the second, 1 to 3 p.m. at the library.
Is that June second, sorry?
Pardon me?
June
June the second.
Mike,
It'll need to be a little longer than
that.
that.
I'll
For
be the
setup.
last item.
You'll be having,
And tear down.
Okay.
You guys hear that? It'll need to be a little longer than that for setup and tear down.
sure,
So,
okay.
All right.
I'll make a motion, we approve for the library, the closing of the meeting, or the closing of the street.
I'll second. Motion been made and second to close Franklin Street on June 2nd,
12 to 4.
12 to 4. roughly. Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passed.
All right, now we can adjourn. I'll make a motion to adjourn a second.
No, I never do.
I thought I saw her walking the restaurant.
Hey, probably want to get the size of that flag first,
April,
or if you know.
is that bigger than the